Gentlemen, let me start with a very direct question. Do you really believe that at your age, women are only attracted to money, expensive cars, or youthful looks? If that's still in your mind, then now is the time to shatter that illusion. Because that's not the truth. It's just a narrative that society keeps repeating until it finally sounds like the truth. But when you start looking at the world more closely, you'll realize something very different. There's one factor far more powerful than wealth or physical appearance. Something quiet, almost invisible, yet incredibly attractive. And interestingly, many men over 60 already possess it. They just don't know how to harness it properly. When you start activating this, something within you will change. Women, even younger ones, will begin to notice you naturally, without any effort or pretense. It's as if an invisible force is drawing their attention to you. And no, you don't need surgery, expensive clothes, or any miracle products. It all starts with something simple, a small daily habit that only takes a few minutes. But before I share it, if you want to regain your confidence and understand how to build attraction naturally, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and tell us where you're watching. Every week I share in-depth content based on human behavior, psychology, and real-life experiences. It's specifically for men who want to grow in maturity. Now let's address a big lie that many people still believe. Many say that after 60, a man becomes invisible unless he has a lot of money, high status, or a luxurious lifestyle. But this isn't the case. Over the years, I've observed something very interesting. Older, humble, and less ostentatious men can actually be incredibly attractive to much younger women. And it's not about money, but about something much deeper. Emotional maturity. Women are no longer looking for immature men. They're tired of insecurity, overblown egos, and the constant need for validation. What really attracts them is your presence. And this is crucial. You already have this advantage. You just may not have been taught how to use it. Because the key is what's called emotional independence. When you stop depending on a specific outcome, something changes within you. You no longer act with anxiety, but with calm. And that calm is incredibly attractive. Now let me show you 3 mistakes, clears throat, that actually undermine this energy. The first mistake is chasing instead of attracting. Many men unconsciously revert to being teenagers. They try to impress, prove their worth, show that they're still capable. But this actually has the opposite effect, because it conveys neediness, and neediness is never attractive. The solution is to stop chasing, start being calm, stable, and emotionally in control. When you're content with yourself, you no longer need to convince anyone, and that's precisely what makes you attractive. The second mistake is depending on women's approval. When your confidence is determined by their response, you lose control. You start overthinking, acting with fear, and losing your authenticity. But when confidence comes from within, everything changes. You become lighter, more authentic, more self-assured, and that energy is palpable. The third mistake is trying to compete with younger men. This is a game you will never win. Trying to look younger, acting outside of yourself, or forcing a style that doesn't suit you will only weaken your presence. Because your true value lies not in your youth, but in your life experiences, your stories, and your ability to remain stable when others are still confused, and that has immense value. So what's the right path? Accept yourself with confidence. Demonstrate maturity without having to prove anything. Exude calm, security, and authenticity. That not only sets you apart, it also elevates you to a much higher level. Now pay close attention to this. When you are able to control your thoughts, emotions,